Hi, my name is Alicia Taylor, and I want to share my story. First, I'd like to let you know who I am, or I guess how I met Miss Helen. I moved to Jacksonville, escaping an abusive relationship, and I stayed with my mom for a little bit. Things didn't work out, so I ended up at what's formerly known as Washington Heights, which is now Callaway Cove Apartments. Started doing volunteer work and learned about Ladies' Choice. Miss Helen became more than a mentor to me. I actually call her mom. I know we're probably around the same age, but she's been like a great influence on me. Ladies' Choice it's a positive, it's for you to have a positive outlook on yourself, for you to have a positive outlook on God and life, to let you know that life is not all harm, that you can, no matter what you go through, you can get up and do things for yourself. How I know this, I left Jacksonville. I was being constantly harassed by the management office. So I eventually had to leave Jacksonville. I ended up going back to the abusive relationship just to have somewhere to be. It was convenience. I have a now 5-year-old son. He was 2 then. Um, I moved in with my legally husband. He's my legal husband, but we're not together. I moved in with his ex-wife and her boyfriend. Um, I couldn't find a job. Um, he became, he was really sweet to me. He was working. He had a really good job. He was sending me money, and I fell for it. I thought, hey, he's actually changed. We got a place together, and everything just went in the opposite direction. It's not easy for me to talk about because I feel like I should have known, with all my life experiences, I should have known, you know, what what was going to happen. But just thinking, he's making good money. We can get our own place. I don't have to live with his ex. And then my son can be with his mother and his father. It was just that was my thought pattern. And things just didn't work out. Like, he didn't lay a hand on me like at that time. He had before, but he didn't when I went back to him. But it was the mental stuff. Like, even now, I've been away from him for a year and a half, and he still can say things that will put me in a place mentally where I can't function. And some people say, "Oh, that's stupid. You should always be able to," and but it's real. When you grow up with it, and then that's all you attract, and that's all you think you're worthy of, you feel like that it's okay for you to put up with it. Um, I'm still learning how to, like, not look at or think about, stuff he says to me, make me feel like I'm a bad mother. And I know I'm a really good mother. Like, my son right now is with him because I believe, no matter what, I believe that children need both of their parents. And I do have faith in the fact. I know he would never hurt our son. I know he would never put him in a situation where he could get hurt. I know that if he was dating anyone, which he's dating someone right now, but I know that if she was a threat to our son or his daughter, whose mother just passed, that she wouldn't even be in the picture. So that much I have faith in. He's really good. He loves his children, so I understand that. But he's just not the best. And I'm not bad talking. It's just he's not the best in relationships. And it took me a minute to realize that. It actually took me a long time to realize I couldn't fix him. I couldn't fix him. I couldn't fix myself. I could only work on myself. Um, so while living with him and just dealing with the mental and emotional abuse, it was a lot. You know, I had to go to work with him. Well, first I had to get the baby up in the morning, get him dressed, take him to babysitter, drive to wherever we were going to work. Sometimes I worked 10-hour days with him, doing electrical work. I would walk straight in the house. We would get off. We would go get the baby. I would walk straight in the house. Sometimes not even bathe. Just go straight to the kitchen and start cooking. Making sure the baby's taken care of. He had his, time. I say, go ahead, chill. He would have the neighbor would go outside and chill with the neighbor or whatever. And for me, that was being a good wife. But we would get into arguments about stupid stuff. Like, I asked him never, like, I didn't care about him smoking marijuana, but I just asked him never to, do it in the house or, have the stuff in the house around the kids. And one night I heard my son, I was sleeping, I was so tired. I heard my son say, "Daddy, I'm hungry." And he said it like 3 times. And the only thing his dad did was spank him because he was interrupting him from what he was doing, which was rolling a blunt. I got up, I got upset. I asked him, I said, "I asked you not to do this stuff in the house and, not to bring this stuff in the house when the kids are here." And he just got irate, called me all kind of names. He yelled at me, jumped in my face. And, the neighbor was there. And I was like, the neighbor has literally no kids, nobody over there. Why couldn't you just go over there and do what you had to do? And it just became a big issue. So at that moment, I knew that I had to get out. I had to get my son out. Yeah, I said he's with him. I'll explain all that later. But I had already been praying for a year, asking God to let me know, what he wanted me to do. Where could I go? What could I do? Because at that moment, I was really dependent on his income. Yeah, I was making money with him, but I wasn't making as much as he was. And he had this thing where I had to go half on all the bills in the house. So it doesn't matter, that I was making less than half than what he made. I still had to go half on the bills. I still got toiletries and stuff that we needed for the house. So one day I had enough. I called up my sister and I asked her, could she come and get me and my son? She drove from West Palm Beach to Riverdale, Georgia. And for anyone who doesn't know that trip, that's an 8-hour drive. And the van she has, you can't drive the speed limit in it. She had to go like 45 to 50 miles an hour. So it took her like almost 12 hours to get there. But she came up, she got us. I had no clue where we would stay. I had no clue what I was going to do. I was so used to being dependent on a man giving me and taking care of me, and I had just gotten so used to it that I didn't know what to do for myself. Like, yeah, I knew how to work, but it was just like having a place to stay, my own place, that was my security, knowing that my son's dad made the money he made, that was my security. So I really didn't want to leave. But in faith, I left. I got to Palm Beach County. Still didn't have a place to stay. I was literally going to have my sister drop us off at a Target, and we were going to sleep there until I figured something out. But it just so happens that I ended up calling one of the supervisors that I used to have at Target, and she told me that she had a job reserved for me. So, and then I called one of my friends and I said, hey, my son and I are coming down. We need a place to stay. She said, let me call you back. She called me back, and we ended up moving in with her mom. Granted, a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff. Her mom was old, didn't like the noise. She only wanted there who she wanted there. And, it didn't matter what I was contributing to the household. It was just a problem with, her watching my son. Then I would ask my son's dad to help me with daycare. He didn't want to do that. So because I was spending the money at daycare, they were upset because I wasn't giving them what I was promised. It was just a lot. Then, finally I ran into a cousin, and he told me, that me and my son could stay there. And he got upset because I wouldn't have I didn't want to have a sexual relationship with him. So he put us out. I lost a job behind it because I hadn't, I got my security license. I hadn't even slept that day. I didn't know where to go. I called another girl. We ended up staying there. We had an agreement. Turns out she couldn't deal with my son. So I had to take him to Atlanta to his dad. I had to basically kiss his dad's butt to get my son up there. And I paid for the trip. I took him up there. Later on for his birthday, I brought all of the rest of his toys and clothes and stuff. And anything he's needed since then, I've, been just buying and sending it up there, through the mail. But that's the only reason why my son is with his dad. I wanted to focus on work. And just, there's a scripture that says faith without works is dead. And being raised in a church, I was always taught, just believe, just believe. And it's good. Yeah, you can believe. But if you don't get out and actually try to do something for yourself, nothing is going to happen. Like, nothing is going to fall in your lap, Excuse me. So I had to get out. I got my security license. The Lord blessed where a company sponsored me, pay for my license. I had someone that, felt sorry for me. They gave me an extra $100 so I could get my federal background check and get my actual license. I started working with one company, and I knew it wasn't going to last long. The guy was whatever, but I kept my mouth closed. I stayed there. I did my job. All while living with this girl, I finally got the second job and had my schedule fixed where, I can work 7 days a week. It was a lot. It is a lot. And she was upset because I wouldn't watch her children. And I told her, like, literally, I just got off from a 20-hour shift. I'm tired, and I have to work tonight. But I don't know, she told me I had to be out by November 1st. So for a while, I was sleeping in my car. The Lord just did bless me enough. The first stimulus check that they sent out, I didn't blow it on the freaking TV. I didn't go get nonsense jewelry or tats. I didn't do any. I put it in the bank and I saved it. Once I knew that, I had enough, I went to Enterprise, and the Lord bless where one of the guys there, my best friend's husband, actually helped me with the Friends and Family program.
I got my car. So I have a car now. If I don't have a place to stay, I have somewhere to sleep. When I go to my jobs, if I couldn't bathe, I would, wash up in the sink. I did what I had to do to make sure, you know, and sometimes it gets rough. Like you want to cry, you want to break down, you want to just lose it. And I want to say that that's okay because we're human and it happens. But at the end of the day, you got to pull your own strength. I had to find my strength. I couldn't lay back in a gutter and I couldn't just stop. Because like I said, I don't have my son. So he's my motivation for everything. Some people got 2, 3, 4 kids, 5 kids. And it seems hard, and it is hard. I'm not gonna say it seems. Even a single person down here in West Palm Beach, the cheapest rent I saw for a studio, I'm talking about this is one room that may or may not have a stove in it, can cost you $1,000 a month. And then you got to make 3 times the rent. So you got to make $3,000 a month just to stay in a box. A 2-bedroom, which I wanted for myself and my son. 2-bedroom is, some of them run about $1,400, $1,500 a month. So you got to make almost $5,000 just to be able to make it down here. And security, I got one job paying me $10.30 an hour, another job paying me $10 an hour. I'm killing myself working 70 hours a week. And God bless to where the community I was working in, and I would encourage you, no matter where you're working, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how you feel, you might feel like the sky has just dropped out and there's no hope. If the Lord blesses you with a job, you go to that job, forget what you're going through. Go with a smile on your face, because through me doing that, a lady who is like, I think I don't even know what type of manager she is. I just know she's a manager at a very, very, very upscale community. This community is down south and it's on the intercoastal. So these people are literally, for a 3-bedroom condo, they're literally paying $2 million. So she's a manager there. She saw me. She used to call me her favorite security guard. And one day she told me to come by her house. She offered me a job. It took a while. I kept dealing with my boss's attitudes. I kept dealing with, he reminded me of my ex so much. And I would get so angry with him some days. But I just stayed there. I kept my mouth closed, stayed there, and I never took it out on the residents. I learned their names. I learned their cars. I started talking to their kids. The dogs love me. Even their freaking dogs will come by the gatehouse. They love me. And this lady was one of them. And she offered me a job. I'm making way more than I was making on one job. I would say $3 less than I was making working 2 jobs, and I only have to work 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday. I have my car. Now I can be able to get back and forth to work. Eventually I'll be able to go pick up my son. I'm hoping no later than my birthday, which is next month on the 28th. And also, I found a lady who is renting a place at a reasonable price, a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I don't need anything big. I don't need expensive furniture. I just need for me and my son to survive. And I'm thankful that I'll be able to afford my rent, my car payment, my insurance, my phone bill, and, lights, water, and his daycare off of one job. I don't have to kill myself, because, so, ladies' choice, it's just that. It's your choice. It's not your children's choice. It's not your mom's choice. It's not your dad's choice. It's not your significant other, be it male or female. You trust God that He is, your ultimate source. You get out there. Get off your behind. Get out there. Make sure that stagnation is not a part of your life. Because if you're sitting still, nothing is moving forward for you. If you're not wanting to change, then nothing will change. Some things is uncomfortable. I have to sleep on somebody's couch until I find a place to stay. I have to submit to somebody else's rules in their house until I get a place to stay. But guess what? If that's what it takes for me to survive, then that's what I'm going to do. And you can do that too. You can say, oh, my daddy raped me. My mama abused me. Been there, done that. That doesn't make you who you are. You can still move forward in your life and be who you want to be. You can do what you want to do. There's a way around it. Because whatever strength you pull from yourself, whatever strength God gives you, your children are watching you. Your child is watching you. And if you give up on life, they're going to give up. And I know you say, what? Oh, well, I've seen people that are good parents and the kids are still bad. Yeah, that may happen because when they turn 18, they get their own choice. But guess what? I guarantee you around 25, 26, they can always say, I saw mama do it. They saw you move forward. They saw you go to school. They saw you do these jobs. They saw you make time for them. They're going to see that. No matter what their decision is later on in life, you do what you have to do for them now. That's what's important. And on that note, I have to work tonight, so I'm getting ready to go. And I woke up because I had to go get some food for my pet. Yes, I do have a pet. I had to go get some food. All right, so Miss Helen, Mom, I love you so much. Thank you for this opportunity, and we'll chat soon. Bye.